welcome to the 4C Fitness Show, starring Michelle and Lisa Cast, live from Skinny Man 31 Studios in the heart of Times Square, New York. And now, here are your hosts, Michelle and Lisa Cast.
Hi everyone, it's Wednesday, October 22nd, 2014. Welcome to episode 47 of the 4C Fitness Show. We're getting closer.
Wow.
I'm Michelle.
And I'm Lisa.
And today is all about the importance of variety in achieving your health and fitness goals on our show.
Exciting.
So exciting.
Thanks, Mish. For those of you joining us for the first time, Michelle and I began our weight loss journey back in 2008 when we auditioned for The Biggest Loser. We didn't make it on the show, obviously. We would have been blown up into huge stars.
Soon enough.
But soon enough, we decided to do the journey on our own, and we've lost 240 pounds combined ever since.
Absolutely. We started 4C Fitness because people would ask us how we were seeing so much success with our weight loss. We realized our passion to help others. I got my NASM personal training certification, and we started the 4C Fitness Show as a health and fitness resource. We forged partnerships with other health and fitness professionals and enthusiasts to bring a variety of sustainable information to our followers as the world of health and fitness continues to grow and change. Our mantra is the 4 C's: choose, commit, challenge, and change. We feel these 4 components are the key to creating a successful, healthy lifestyle. We want to thank everyone who's been tuning in, everyone joining us today, everyone joining us for the first time, and we want to continue to bring it, whatever it is that you guys are interested in hearing about. So continue to reach out to us, 4cfitness@gmail.com, so we can bring you great shows.
Yeah, definitely. On to the noteworthy news. Our 50th episode first anniversary celebration is coming on Friday, November 14th.
So excited.
I know. It's going to be great.
It's going to be awesome.
Oh my gosh. We have so many awesome raffles and giveaways, and the money that the door cover, basically all of it's going to be going to charity, which is just like us. We don't like to take... We're doing this all for fun.
We're doing it all for fun.
Yep.
We're doing it all to celebrate
Definitely.
our journey, our success, and we're giving it all to an amazing cause and the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society and Team in Training. So we're super excited for that.
And so the invite is to follow.
It is. It's ready to go. We're just waiting for the perfect moment. You kind of saw a preview on it on our Facebook, I'm sure. So we had an amazing time last week at the Fit Circuit. Thursday night, we went after our show. Jacqueline, super huge shout out to Jacqueline.
Amazing.
She put on a great event. We met so many awesome of our new fit friends and old fit friends. We saw Michelle Gordon, Miss Motivational. We saw Ben and Eric from Kinetic.
Yeah.
We met
it was great to see
some
everybody.
Really awesome people there. So we made some great contacts. We have some exciting show guests coming up. We are going to have Michelle from Reverence Apparel. If you guys have been following along, we've been wearing some awesome shirts lately. The one I wore this weekend, if you saw, we were out at the track in it for the long run. And then I had another one, Stronger Than My Excuses, which are awesome. Both came from Reverence. And actually, proceeds from Reverence Apparel go to charity as well. So Michelle's going to come on and tell us all about that. We also met and tried Ceviche.
Ceviche.
I always get that wrong.
She's called Ceviche. The place is called Ceviche down in Union Square.
So Lindsay from Ceviche, we are so excited to partner up with her. We're going to meet with her after our show next week.
Delicious food.
So we're going to bring you guys. It's so cool to be able to get something so clean and healthy in a New York City location. I mean, it's everywhere now, but it's like totally clean. We tasted it. It's delicious, like high protein.
I actually could go for some right now.
I know, it was really good. Also, yoga. Alex from Pure Yoga.
Yes.
We're going to be partnering up with her and having her on the show. That was an amazing experience.
We don't do a lot of yoga. We haven't done yoga in a few years.
Yeah. And
it was really a great experience.
So stay tuned for the next Fit Circuit. You guys should definitely check it out, and we'll keep you posted on those upcoming guests. And as well, a few of those people will be donating items for our 50th episode giveaway raffles at our event. Yeah, absolutely.
We've hosted our first Powered by Bits Twitter chat last night. We had a lot of fun. We spoke about the importance of variety, and that was pretty crazy. It was intense there for a minute to get that going. If you've ever hosted a Twitter chat, it's a little chaotic.
Yeah, even being a part of the Twitter chat is chaotic. So hosting it is even more manic.
But we got a chance to meet some cool people. And
Runner Chick is going to be at
the Marine Corps Marathon 10K. She'll be doing the 10K. So hopefully we'll meet up with her. It's really cool to to talk with people again that, like-minded people who are into stuff that you're into. I mean, it's just sort of like an instant connection. So if you're interested in getting energy bits, we love them. We use them all the time. Use code 4C, FOURC, to get 30% off.
Right.
At energybits.com.
They also have recovery bits and vitality bits.
Yes, they do.
So
they have something for everyone. Skinny bits. They still have skinny bits.
I'm pretty sure. And the reason that we're doing the show today on Variety is because of that last night.
Right. It's inspired.
Absolutely. So we're off to the Marine Corps Marathon in Washington, D.C. this weekend.
God.
We're so excited. We're going to be running our first 10K. And to be a part of all of the festivities surrounding this event, we've done some research, and it seems like it's going to be so cool. Like I'm like a giddy kid for this.
Me too. I'm really excited.
And
I'm a little nervous.
Yeah.
I haven't been really drinking too much water this week. I've been screwing it there.
You better pull it together.
I got to pull it together. I've got another 2-3 days to hydrate my ass off.
So we're really excited, and some awesome friends will be down there, and it's going to be a great time. So
yeah, looking forward to it.
We're going to be there cheering on those who are running the marathon.
The marathon, right?
Yeah.
We're gonna run the 10K, and then we're gonna run over to the marathon and cheer for our friends.
Absolutely.
So, the New York City Marathon is next Sunday, on November 2nd, and we will be out there also supporting the NYC runners. We have some family running and some friends running, so we're very excited. Hoping to see everybody.
So excited! So you guys should come down and check that out as well. On to the exercise excitement. We are, or I am, continuing along with my Team Misfits routine. This week was kind of a deload week, getting ready for the race, meaning that you lift a little less heavy. And I also added a little more rest this week to get ready for the 10K, which is important. Our running coach suggested that of course, you're always going to taper before a race, but as well to kind of go easy on the leg routine and let my muscles kind of just prepare for Sunday. So that's kind of where I'm at this week.
Prepare and repair.
Absolutely.
And so training for our first 10K this Sunday.
Yeah.
We're really excited.
Great session with Kim on Tuesday.
She's so encouraging and inspiring. She really believes in us, and that really makes a difference with your trainer, I feel. So we feel ready to go.
Yeah. And Kim actually is so generous. She's donating 2 free sessions and a year subscription to InMotion.
Yes.
As one of the raffle giveaways at our event. So that's just
unbelievable.
Beyond. We can't even.
Thank you so much, Kim.
Yeah. So you guys,
that's so exciting.
Have a chance to win that if you come out to the event. And then, as we said, we had an awesome yoga class with Alex from Pure Yoga at the Fit Circuit. Yoga is definitely something we need to incorporate into our routine.
Oh yeah.
As well as foam rolling and stretching, and it's not just hitting it hard all the time. You kind of got to take it back a minute, and yoga is definitely challenging. And so we had a really great experience with that. And basically, the point of this is that variety really is the key to success.
Absolutely.
If you're going to have your running and you're going to have your weights, then you're going to need your active recovery as well, which is yoga. And you'll be better at all of those things because you're incorporating all 3.
I think yoga just helps you focus.
Oh my goodness.
Turn it back.
We needed that.
Focus on yourself, which is what we rarely focus on ourselves. I mean, we exercise and things like that, and we make that time for ourselves. But to really sort of be in a peaceful place and sort of put the energy back in, to all areas of your body. It really was much, much needed. So thanks to Alex for that great session.
Yeah, we can't wait to have you on the show.
Yeah. On to the hit list. Michelle found an awesome song. This Jessie J album seems to be a really great album.
Yeah.
The song is called Masterpiece, and it's basically about...
So appropriate.
Yeah, it's about, I'm not perfect right now, but, I'm still working on myself.
Yeah.
And basically she speaks about herself as a masterpiece. So check out the song, Jessie J Masterpiece. No doubt you'll like it.
We are blowing through today. On to the magazine
I love
hack.
it.
I know. I don't know if I'm ready for this.
I think you are.
We're talking all about variety, and we feel as though variety is important to an extent, and we'll get more into it. But this article I found kind of questions, kind of like playing the devil's advocate. Is dietary variety overrated? So this is by Matt Fitzgerald. It's from this past summer, so it's pretty relevant. Basically, he says Americans need to learn how to eat more fruits and vegetables, and that kind of is the overall theme of this. So when he talks about variety, he talks about the importance of variety in eating more fruits and vegetables to kind of better your health. He does say a little monotony in your eating habits may not actually be such a bad thing, and nutritionists will agree that dietary variety is one of the core principles of nutrition, and the diet diversity is among the 2 or 3 most important qualities that a diet can have. There's very few nutritionists that would say that variety is not important.
Sure.
Of course, they're always preaching about, the food pyramid and the food groups and getting a little bit of all of it. But and different foods offer different nutrition profiles. No food provides every nutrient your body needs. So the best way to ensure that you're getting everything is to constantly eat a wide variety of foods. So he's not talking about merely hitting all of the basic food groups, though. He's talking about getting as much variety within each food group. So he says your animal protein should not always come from beef. Romaine lettuce should not only be your green vegetable. You get the idea. He does stand behind these words. However, he can't say that he practices the principle as zealously as he preaches it. His diet does contain...
Isn't that everybody?
Right. A decent amount of variety, but not as much as it might have. He eats more or less the same breakfast and the same lunch every day. And we do as well.
We do.
So,
But you know what? It is fun when you discover a new vegetable that maybe you've never tried and you're like, holy cow, where has this been all my life?
Absolutely. So he says while his diet is somewhat monotonous, it's pretty healthy. And he knows a lot of other athletes whose diet is monotonously healthy as well.
Right.
So you don't really seem to suffer the consequences of eating many of the foods,
Sure.
the same ones day after day.
It's not going to hurt you.
Right. So is lack of variety really a bad thing, he says? But he says this much is certain. A repetitive diet of healthy foods is better than a highly varied diet containing many unhealthy foods. Of course.
Of course.
They did a little bit of a study, and those who ate the widest variety of healthy foods were, in fact, the healthiest, and those who ate the widest variety of unhealthy foods had the worst health. That makes sense to anyone. The fundamental point that you never hear, though, is that dietary variety is not inherently beneficial. So you've heard that eating the same foods over and over can cause allergies to those foods. He actually says that that's a myth. So
I'd say, because otherwise I'd be completely allergic to eggs and spinach and turkey.
He was like everyone in China would be allergic to rice. That's what he said. Meanwhile, there may be some benefit to limiting the variety in one's diet. The obvious advantage is convenience, which we know.
Sure.
And when you eat some of the same foods more or less every day, you don't have to put a lot of thought into shopping or preparing foods.
If you have because that can become time consuming.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
And a second advantage of food monotony is that it encourages healthy weight management. So he's basically saying when people eat a wider variety of foods, basically they have a chance to kind of go, more off track. And those who actually maintained a large amount of weight loss for a long period of time had a less varied diet.
I can understand. I can sort of see that.
Right.
I could definitely see that.
So he says limiting the variety of foods of the diet might help people to better manage their caloric intake. It depends. So basically what he is getting at with all of this is that dietary variety, specifically in fruits and vegetables, is beneficial for health. They took 2 groups of women, consumed 8 to 10 servings of fruits and vegetables per day. One group, though, ate 18 different varieties. And so one group ate 18 different varieties. One had 5 different varieties. After they did the blood test, they saw that the women who ate 18 different varieties obviously had better results. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So, we don't eat enough variety of fruits and vegetables.
We eat the same vegetables almost every day.
Definitely. So the human genome is designed to benefit from dietary variety. So that's what it comes to. And basically that, Paleolithic humans, they ate a huge variety of plant foods.
Sure.
And nowadays, the average American gets 2/3 of his daily calories from 4 species: corn, soybeans, wheat, and rice, which definitely can't be optimal.
No.
So how much variety should we get in our diet? Based on the information given above, he thinks it's best to focus on the quality of food you eat. There's no point in trying to increase the variety if you're eating a lot of crap.
Drive you crazy.
That's it. So eating mostly fruits and vegetables that are in season, he says, is a great way to get started.
That is always the best way.
Yeah, incorporating that into your diet. So a little bit of everything there.
Yeah.
Is it good? Is it bad? At the
kind
end
of
of
like
the day.
a wrap up. And if you can do it in a healthy way,
Absolutely.
go for it. Otherwise, stay focused and just focus on quality.
And sometimes you get bored. So if you're eating a healthy diet and it's getting too monotonous, adding new fruits and vegetables, adding different types of meats and grains,
new preparation
within those guidelines might be something to keep it more exciting.
That'll spice it up.
So that was that.
Thanks, Mish.
Sure.
That was great.
I'm so curious to hear about the book, Lee.
The book is really cool, and I think I sort of agree with this. It's called The Flavor Point Diet by David Katz. He's a doctor, so he wrote this book. It's about creating your meals in a certain way so that the taste of them makes you feel satisfied and takes away the urge to want to either eat more or, all of a sudden you're not satisfied, with what you're eating, and you're like, oh, maybe I want a piece of chocolate or things like that. So this is what this book is supposed to help you do. And there's recipes in it. And apparently they've done tests. It works. For weight loss and sustained weight loss, and also for improving blood sugar, lower blood pressure, and reverse markers of diabetes and heart disease. And of course, it's doing it in a healthy way, so obviously it's going to help those things.
Right.
And
basically, it was saying, though, it's not about dieting or restricting yourself.
Right. It's not about counting calories.
Right.
It's about pairing your foods in a certain way for each meal to make you feel satisfied and not want to stray. So and the reviews are very good, and some people say this is not a diet, because it is, obviously it says Flavor Point diet. Maybe some people think that it's just sort of like a crash thing, and the reviews say that it's not. It's a lifestyle change, and that the recipes in it are really tasty. And when I think about the way we make our lunches and our dinners, there are certain lunches
that make you feel more
that
satisfied.
make me feel like, and maybe it's just because I like the flavors in it that I'm then satisfied. I'm really curious to see what these recipes call for. And they also say that some of the reviews say that the recipes are great for family, that their kids love the recipes in it as well. So,
I mean, if it's going to satisfy you, it's going to satisfy the kids.
Everyone. Yeah,
absolutely.
So I think I'd be really interested to take a look at it and see exactly what's in it, because I'm always looking for new ways to, make our lunches, breakfast lunches and dinners. And I think that it would be helpful.
So we'll check out the Flavor Point.
Yeah, Flavor Point.
Very cool. So on to the recipe of the week. Speaking of really yummy flavors, Lisa found this killer sun-dried tomato and basil stuffed chicken breast recipe.
Did you like it?
Oh my gosh, it was so good.
I'm glad you liked it.
So the interesting thing, though, is that we modified it because we do not eat cheese.
Oh my gosh, the cheese it called for, though.
I know. So the recipe serves 4. Did we double this? Or you just kind of did your own thing?
It did call for 4. It actually did make 4.
Okay.
And I sort of ran out of stuffing because I had, I think, 6 or 8 chicken breasts.
So this calls for 4 chicken breasts, 4 Laughing Cow light mozzarella, sun-dried tomato and basil wedges, a 1/4 cup of sun-dried tomato, basil feta cheese crumbles, a 1/4 cup of sun-dried tomatoes packed in oil chopped, a 1/4 cup of chopped fresh basil. We got our basil plant at Whole Foods.
We did.
Oh my God, amazing.
I went fresh.
Salt, pepper, and extra virgin olive oil. So basically for us, there was just no cheese at all. It was everything else, which was the basil, salt, pepper, olive oil. And
I actually chopped garlic.
And yes, the garlic.
I did chop garlic because
That was a great addition.
I know that, we like garlic.
Absolutely. So it's so easy. You just cut a pocket into the thickest part of the chicken, being careful not to cut all the way through, combine all the ingredients.
And I did season the stuffing a little bit.
Yeah. And did you close it with the toothpicks?
No, because I put it in the oven. She cooks it on the stove, but I didn't have time to really tend to the frying pan.
So we totally modified this.
Yeah, we did. I needed to throw it in the oven. I 400 for about 20 minutes, 25 minutes.
I have to say it was awesome. And, you guys can definitely modify any recipe to fit your likings, whether you change up the spices or you take something out completely.
Yeah, and
this worked for us.
I had been saying that I was going to try new recipes, and I found this awesome list of 60 ways to prepare chicken.
Well,
like boring chicken.
I don't know if anyone has seen the hilarious.
Oh, that was hysterical.
Shauno actually sent it to us as well, and I saw it on
Thanks,
Facebook.
Sean.
The chicken video from the muscle guy or whatever. I forgot what his name
basically
was.
saying that chicken is the worst thing ever,
and it is.
That you should stop pretending that you like it because
chicken
you
breast.
know you don't.
Like a chicken cutlet.
It is boring.
A plain chicken cutlet. It's
disgusting.
the worst. Like it gets gamey after a day. Like I cannot stand it. All I ever want is rotisserie chicken.
I'm actually thinking of it in the refrigerator right now, knowing that we're supposed to go home and have that for dinner.
Oh man, I have to say though, the sun-dried filling made it so much better.
Yeah.
And so if you can find a way to make the foods that you really have to eat and don't love to eat more tasty, that's what we're talking about when we say adding variety.
And we'll talk about that more later. And one of the tips, it's all about spices and stuffings and sauces and whatnot.
So that was very helpful. But the chicken video we should
That
share.
was hysterical. We really should share it. Oh my gosh. Because everybody relates to it. Sean knew we would relate to it. Cheat of the week is pumpkin pie pudding with pecan topping. If this isn't right up our alley, I don't know what is.
No, that is not actually what it will look like. But that's just a little pumpkin pie.
Because it doesn't seem like there's any crust involved.
There's no crust. It's paleo.
It's pudding. It's paleo. So it's you're basically making your own. Like typically you get Jello, gelatin, already flavored, but this is making your own. So it's cool water, grass-fed gelatin,
which is really good for you.
That?
I'm sure
Probably
Whole Foods. Whole Foods. How many times can we say Whole Foods? How many times can we plug Whole Foods in every show? We should really get Whole Foods.
Yeah, they should really be sponsoring us. So coconut milk, pumpkin puree, maple syrup. So this is why it's a cheat, because there's a little bit of sugar,
yeah.
Natural sugar, ground cinnamon, and then the pecan candy topping is pecan halves, maple syrup again, coconut oil, and ground cinnamon. So you're going to make pudding like you would make pudding. Combine the water and gelatin in a bowl and allow it to sit and dissolve. And in the saucepan on low heat, add the coconut milk and gently warm it. Add the dissolved gelatin and whisk until combined. Remove from heat. In a blender, add the pumpkin puree, maple syrup, and cinnamon until smooth. Add the gelatin, coconut milk mixture to the blender and combine. Pour into mason jars or little containers and chill for at least an hour. So it's pretty quick.
Cool.
Quick to make. And then so is the topping. You add all the ingredients into a small pan over medium-high heat. And so the maple syrup should bubble. Stir constantly until the syrup reduces and the pecans are coated, and then remove to a parchment paper.
We need to try this.
And you let that cool and put it on top of your pudding, and you are having a treat that does not seem like it's going to make you feel too guilty.
Yeah, we're definitely going to give that a try.
That is awesome.
We actually found that last weekend. I saved it. No,
I was like, oh,
next weekend maybe.
Next weekend,
we should make it and bring little cups out to the marathon.
We should.
So funny.
So good. We should sell them.
And give the money to charity because we don't keep our money.
We don't keep any money. It's amazing.
Love it. Real talk. What is our real talk this week? Come on, Lisa. I come out with it every week.
Give me a minute.
All right, I'll give you like you didn't know this was coming.
I know.
Give me a minute.
Real talk. I always look on the outline. Oh yeah, there's real talk, the unscripted.
Real talk. Real talk. That was
real.
We have to record our jingle.
I know. We keep saying we're going to do that.
You have nothing, huh?
No, I've been struggling a little bit with my body image.
Again, we're talking about this?
Okay, we won't talk about
that.
No,
we can talk about it. It's like it's real talk.
But I have.
Okay, let's hear it.
Like, for example, this morning I walked into work and the people were talking about that there was almond milk in the refrigerator. I was like, oh my gosh, I totally forgot that they put almond milk in our refrigerators now. And so I go to check it, and it has carrageenan, and it has sugar. And so I tell this one girl, and she's like, but you're so tiny. And I was like, I know, but I'm afraid of not being tiny anymore if I eat bad things. And it's just like, she's like, I don't know what's wrong with you.
Well, I mean, when someone goes from being really overweight to being fit, there's always going to be that fear that you can return there at any time. Also, your body holds on to those fat cells.
Right.
So they're ready and willing to grow at any moment. So yeah, it's a lifelong struggle, and it'll be something that you'll always have to keep your eye on. Now a little sugar and almond milk is definitely not going to kill you.
Obviously.
But if you let yourself go for a long period of time, if any of us do, then we have the propensity to gain that weight back. So it's a common fear. I'm sure there are plenty of other people in our shoes who have the same fear, but it's just the kind of thing you can't really let control you. So some days it's easier than others.
Just not sure when I'm going to let go.
For me, I don't think I can ever let go because I think a little bit of healthy fear will always keep me in check. So I don't know if you need to necessarily let go. For me, that would be such a fear to let go completely of that control. So, I mean, I think it's about finding that balance. And knowing.
And then on the other hand, there I am running our 3 miles this weekend, making 10.5-minute miles.
I know.
And I'm thinking about when I used to be, a quote unquote fat kid in gym class, and we had to run a mile for like these phys ed tests. And I dreaded it because
me too.
I couldn't run a mile.
I watched the whole thing.
I was in the back with the other very few overweight kids, and we couldn't do it, and it was embarrassing. And as I was running the track this weekend, I was like, look at me now. Like, nobody would ever believe
And we're not like fast.
that I could be that.
We're just average.
That I could be this kid, like
Right.
running 3 miles in 10 and a half minutes. And I mean, 1 mile. But you know what I'm saying? You know,
Right.
so I go from one extreme to another.
Yeah.
Like I recognize that I've come so far, but and I'm also afraid of that just slipping away.
I just think that's completely normal. And I think, with time, I mean, this is only we're still fresh on the journey.
Right.
Who knows where you'll be in 10 years. Maybe it will be a thing of the past. But we're still making achievements every day and every week and every month. So, it's exciting. But at the same time, like, we don't forget where we came from, and we still have that fear in the back of our minds. So, and yeah, totally during Noteworthy News and Exercise Excitement, we forgot to say that we ran our first ever 3 miles in, 32 minutes and 6 seconds?
Yeah, that was awesome.
It was intense.
So exciting. So we set a goal for the 10K. I don't know after we read reviews about this hill that is apparently at the end.
Yeah. We'll be fine.
We're not sure
We
if we're
said
going to
an
make
hour
our
and
goal.
7 minutes.
Yeah. So
which is not even like any crazy goal.
No, but for us it is.
Yeah.
For us it is.
Definitely.
All right.
On to the theme.
Importance of variety. Variety, they say, is the spice of life. For us, variety is definitely the key to success on our journey. We try to, not tried a million. We've successfully tried a lot of different diets and exercises. So through a sustained method of training for a particular amount of time, it's important so that good habits form, because they say it takes time for habits to form. You learn how to stick with something, and there comes a time when you will inevitably plateau and need to change things up, which is what we have experienced along our way.
Absolutely. So our bodies do get used to the same thing, and you eventually need to make a change so that you can adapt to something new. After a period of stagnation, we have always had to reassess and find something new to kind of further our progress. I mean, even when we were like we have mentioned many times, doing spin and killing ourselves and eating really well, and nothing was happening.
Right.
And that was the point where we said something needs to change, and we changed our diet completely, and we saw ridiculous results.
Huge results.
So
that was incredible. During last night's Powered by Bits Twitter chat, our fellow Energy Bits ambassadors echoed our sentiments about the importance of variety in a fitness routine and the benefits of cross-training, but everyone seemed to agree that consistency is important in some respects in terms of following a routine for a set amount of time before switching gears, because you want to see if it's working. You don't want to jump from one thing to another.
Right.
In this regard, maybe having a routine that includes cross-training would be most beneficial depending on what your fitness goals are.
And what we mean when we talk about variety, it's not that you should be doing something different every day or every week, but basically about recognizing when something is no longer working for you and figuring out what the next step should be. It takes time for something to stick, and it's important to learn consistency, but variety becomes important after a certain period of time on a particular plan.
And we feel the same is true for diet. Though we eat much of the same foods daily, we try to switch it up every so often as to avoid adaptation, boredom, and plateau. During our chat last night, most people seem to find that food is the important thing to keep fresh and new, and getting creative with fruits and vegetables, like we spoke about just a few minutes ago, using crock pots in order to create, make food in bulk for the week, and also it's easy, so you can walk away from it. Like once it's all in there, it's cooking by itself, and you can do other things like go for a run, utilizing all the resources such as the internet with healthy recipes, all the health and fitness websites, get on Instagram and Facebook and Twitter. I mean, there's just resources everywhere.
It's crazy.
So use your resources for sure.
When we first started, there was none of this.
None of it.
And we did it, but I mean, now you have so many resources, if you're like, I'm getting bored with this, what can I do?
Right.
Change it up anytime.
Click.
And the same goes with how we approach our cheats. So we feel as though our metabolism needs the occasional cheat to kick things into gear, as well as, too much rigidity can lead to going off the deep end. And planning cheats helps us, to stay on track with our nutrition, because it gives us something to look forward to. So this week I've actually been having a lot of cravings, which I'm not sure exactly why. It could be hormonal. It could just be that there's been a lot of goodies around. But the fact that I know this weekend I'm going to let myself have a cheat, it's keeping me on track this week.
That's great.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
Cheating this weekend?
Yeah.
The bag of snacks in our kitchen.
Completely forgot about that. It's been so busy at work. I'm forgetting everything.
I'm like, I can have a Rice
I keep
Krispie
forgetting
treat
that I'm
on
running
the
a
weekend.
10K on Sunday.
Yeah.
Love it. And people agreed with us about planning the cheats in the chat. They agreed that's
definitely.
a good idea. So tips and tools, meal plan, food prep, and try new recipes. We say this all the time. Make your calendar, make your food shopping list, find the day on the weekend or maybe even during the week that you're going to prep all your food and make all your containers or, whatnot.
We're saying the same things over and over again because they work. So,
Exactly.
Obviously, you guys give it a try. Also, pay attention to the cues that your body gives you. Your body will give you signals. Listen to it. And add variety as needed. So if you feel as though you're seeing good progress and you're not hearing anything from your body otherwise, then stay with what you're doing. If you feel as though you're stagnant, you're plateauing, you're not seeing any progress, then that's when it's definitely time to change it up.
And it's always good to take before and after pictures so that, if you are, you see your progress and measurements as well. Track your progress and recognize if you plateau. It's not just about the scale.
Yeah, my weight's been the same for the past 9 weeks.
But you look thinner than you've ever looked.
So that's why it's important to take the photos and to do the measurements as well.
Definitely.
Track your exercise progress with a journal or a spreadsheet to see how you're progressing with your strength and endurance. I have a crazy spreadsheet on our iPad. It comes around the gym with me. I put in the number of reps that I was able to do as well as the weight, and I can look back and see that my weight has increased over the past 9 weeks working with Team Misfits. So it's good for you to see that you're making the progress there as well. And then also you see if you've kind of leveled out with the same weight for the past couple of weeks, then now is definitely time to make that change.
Agreed. I even found that I'm increasing weight. I can see the difference in my muscle definition, although I've been off for a couple of days.
You'll feel it in your form as well, and
Yeah.
you'll feel it in how easy it is. And then you'll be like, this is too easy now. It's time to up it.
Definitely. And find new places to work out. I can't remember the name of that app, that class app that we met at Fit Circuit. I'm so frustrated.
Oh, was it Kiwi?
Yes, Kiwi.
Oh, okay.
So there's a service called Kiwi, this app called Kiwi, and you can go and work out in like the most random places. Like they work out in museums,
Cool.
in restaurants before, early in the morning before they're out, they open. It's so cool.
And then Jonathan mentioned last night the November project.
That's right.
Which is always something exciting.
Mm-hmm. And, try different classes or Class Pass, allows you to choose different classes.
Sports Center.
Yeah. So
Sports Center is going to be rolling out a whole new platform, so that's going to be exciting.
yeah, wait for that.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
So we have a couple of articles as well. If you guys don't want our advice, you can take advice from others. So I found this one called Variety in Training is the Key to Progress. This is a very extensive article, and I really like it, and we're going to post it. I almost highlighted the whole thing because there's so many good points about it.
I see that.
Basically, have you been doing essentially the same workout for the past several months? Have you become bored or unmotivated with your workout routine? In fact, lack of variety in training regimens is the second most common reason why people eventually stop working out altogether. The first reason is consistency. So people aren't being consistent. It's basically, not having your priorities in order when it comes to your health and fitness. Despite all the numerous methods and theories out there about the best way to work out, there really are quite ineffective without variety in training. So it's true that countless people like us have lost weight in inches and gained muscle tone and self-esteem by following a certain method, but all the different types of things that we've tried. But basically, after following any one of these proven methods for more than 6 or 8 weeks, the results you may have been experiencing begin to diminish, which we saw. You reach a plateau or a point of no more progress. He was like, I've heard so many people tell me they're running faithfully every day for the same time, at the same distance, and the same speed, at the same time of day, and they're frustrated because their body fat has been increasing the last several months. Or people have been doing the same exact weight routine with the same weights for 2 years and can't understand why they can no longer fit into those jeans.
2 years.
Crazy. So the very simple reason why is that your body gets bored, just like your mind gets bored. And when this happens, your body, like your mind, performs the exercises with less effort, defeating the purpose. So the point is, that's when you're in adaptation phase and you need to change it up. And that's when you kind of want to make sure that you change the timing, the frequency, the intensity, and you want to make things more challenging for your body. This guy says that he actually needs to change his workouts every 2 weeks.
Wow.
Because he's so, far advanced in his training.
This guy.
The goal of training, be it cardiovascular or strength training, is to challenge your muscles. Basically what happens is the muscle tissue will break down to some degree so that when it rebuilds itself, it will be denser and stronger and better able to handle the challenge next time. As you continue to increase the intensity of your effort, your muscle tissue continues to increase in density and strength. So if you keep doing the same thing every day for 2 years, you're never going to have that intensity increase.
I could not do the same thing for 2 years.
No, me neither. We couldn't even do insanity because we got so bored with the same warm-up. We did it, but we were like, this is boring. So how do you maintain variety in training and avoid these training plateaus? There are several variables to consider: the amount of weight or the level of resistance being used, the type or mode of exercise being performed, the intensity or amount of effort being exerted, the number of sets per exercise, the length of your interval periods, the length of time and recovery time between sets or intervals, the arrangement or order of exercises, the overall duration of workout, and the frequency of training are all important things to remember. Basically, you want to change one or two of these variables every 4 to 6 weeks, assuring you are training consistently at least 3 to 4 times a week. And this is kind of known as periodization, which is something that the fitness professionals will kind of keep track of if you're working with a trainer. But for you yourself, you basically just want to change something every 4 to 6 weeks. And so basically, you want to prioritize your variables depending on what your goals are. So if you want to decrease your body fat composition, you should always be focused on maximizing your intensity. In other words, you should take every exercise to the point of momentary muscle failure or fatigue. Strength training is the one place where it's okay to fail.
Right.
Failure is the goal.
Yes.
So once you get comfortable with that, you're going to then be able to modify one or two of the other variables. And then he talks about the same thing with cardiovascular exercises for the same goal. You want to maximize the intensity of the workout in order to maximize the total number of calories being burned. And then an athlete, like he says, who is training for a race should consistently maximize their intensity in order to prepare the body for the event. So he gets into all of that. And basically, he says, remember, the goal of variety in training is consistently keep your muscles and your body challenged to prevent it from adapting to a given training stimulus. Maintaining variety in your training is just another way to ensure that you will enjoy good health and independence for the rest of your life. So really good in-depth article.
Very in-depth.
I actually learned a lot myself reading this. So we're going to definitely post it and something to keep in mind.
Excellent. Another 7 ways to add variety to your workout by Ben Greenfield. He's the Get Fit guy. So these are some really quick and easy tips that you can incorporate. The first one, mix up free weights and weight machines. So basically, if you go to the gym consistently, the gym has a circuit of machines for each of the body parts, they're all grouped together. And he says, instead of just doing the machines, take free weights with you over to the machines that you use and incorporate, use of those free weights in between using the machine. So for example, do dumbbell raises before you do the machine shoulder press, or dumbbell squats as an alternative to using the leg press. And sometimes free weights are a lot easier to use than the machines, because if your body is, see, I'm short. A lot of the machines are difficult for me to use because they don't go high enough, they don't go forward enough.
I feel weird things on the machines sometimes. Yeah. It's hard to get the right setting.
Yeah.
It's better. And if you're working out with someone, you can watch each other's form with the free weights.
So if you can look up on the internet like alternate, free weight movements that will help you do the same thing as the machines.
Right.
I definitely love free weights better than the weight machines.
I can't when I see someone on the leg extension just being like, whoop dee doop doop.
Yeah, like you're not doing anything.
You're not doing anything. You're wasting your time.
Number 2, use cardio boosts. So he often uses recovery periods in between his sets to hop on a bicycle, elliptical, Stairmaster, or rowing machine. So he does 30 seconds to 2 minutes of intense cardiovascular exercise. So, usually when you do one set of reps and then you wait 30 seconds, do something, a little jog in place, maybe something like that.
Raise the roof.
Exactly. Raise the roof. Michelle Gordon. And injecting these types of cardio boosts in between weight training exercises is a great way to turn a weight training routine into an intense calorie and fat burning workout. Who doesn't love that? Pre or post exhaust. So
this is so cool. If
you do a class, and we used to do this, if you go to the gym or you go to a class, either before or after, do some exercise. So, if you're going to do, let's see, they say
spin class, right?
Yeah. Do a series of squats and lunges before your spin class to make riding the bicycle just a little bit harder and more demanding. Same thing.
That's amazing.
It really forces your muscle, it breaks down your muscle, and then they have to rebuild, and you're building muscle, which is what you want to do. Isn't that right? Mm-hmm. Okay, got that finally after all these years.
They build when you repair.
Right. And you can finish a class by doing a little extra in the gym. Follow it up follow up, with a workout of different energy system for your body with some heavier weight training. Use overhead presses or squats. If you're going to, for example, if you do Zumba, you want to go and do that afterwards.
Cool.
Yeah. Use a trainer. So they say you don't have to use a trainer every single day or every single week. Use a trainer. You go once to get some new tips, learn some new things. Or if you can't afford a trainer, then go to like a boot camp style class and you can pick up some new routines there as well and get motivation and direction, because boot camps are great for that. Use extra resistance. So add a weight vest or ankle and wrist weights. Now he says don't hop on a treadmill because you could hurt yourself to do that.
Yeah.
Do lower impact workouts such as weight training or stair climbing. So that is always a good idea. Try compounded exercises. So what you want to do is finish each weight training set that you do with some kind of powerful athletic movement. For example, finish up a series of squats with 5 to 10 vertical jumps.
I like that.
Me too. And do mini circuits. I was trying to understand what he was saying here. So take each body part and split it into mini circuits. For example, do a mini circuit for your chest by doing standing cable chest press, lying stability ball chest press, and push-ups 3 to 5 times through a circuit with minimal rest. So sort of like a Tabata.
Kind of. So yeah, you'll do 1, 1, 1, 1,
Right.
1, 1, 1, 1,
And you can move on to your back by
Right.
doing single arm dumbbell rows, lat pull downs, assisted pull-ups. Again, 3 to 5
instead
times.
of doing like 4 sets of 10
Gotcha.
or 3 sets of 15, you're going to do 3 different things. And that's a lot of fun.
Yeah, that sounds like fun.
Yeah.
I should
so
try
it's
that.
kind of like the circuit that I do on Wednesday mornings, which I haven't done because of my ankle.
Yeah.
Cool, Lee. Thanks for that one.
Sure.
So Mark's Daily Apple actually also has another one called Exercise Variety is Key. It's all the same thing. They go through another study. And but the cool thing is that he kind of mentions that for the reasons of the importance of variety, he says solid all-around fitness by necessity requires substantial variety. For these reasons, we like the CrossFit approach. Just kind of a different point of view. We've done CrossFit. We definitely understand what he's saying here. CrossFit encompasses all fitness domains and all infinite diversity of exercise approaches. The idea behind a complete workout, as the CrossFit folks explain, is to encourage creative and continuously varied compositions that tax physiological functions against every realistically conceivable combination of stressors. It's constantly varied, basically. While everything from weight sets to medicine balls to pirouettes to kips and cartwheels, the CrossFit philosophy intends to work it all in and work it all in. They offer an immense list of exercises and demonstrations. So definitely, I would say if you're really bored and you're strong and you feel ready and you have a good foundation, you might want to try CrossFit. Do your research. Make sure you find a good CrossFit gym. Make sure that you talk with the coaches beforehand and make sure that you know what you're getting into. And he says, ideally, your workout routine should change almost daily, and it could be intimidating to someone who's just established a solid routine. Don't feel you need to, he says, build Rome in a day. It doesn't mean that you can't or shouldn't have a core set of activities to work from, but let these core exercises make up a part of your workout, not the full extent of your program. And you can incorporate variety into the course of a week's program and just kind of go from there. Variety isn't just the natural antidote to boredom, it's the best remedy for the inevitable plateau we hit when we stay on the same track for too long. So whether your workout leaves you feeling blasé or you feel you can kick it up a notch and challenge yourself, we suggest laying out a new outline with a fresh set of goals. Yeah,
Important.
definitely.
Good points.
Oh, this is interesting too. It's one thing to be a man or woman with a plan, but quite another to be half consciously stuck in a self-limiting, numbing rut. It's true. It is very self-limiting. So we
Agreed.
will post Mark's Daily Apple as well.
He's great. Spice up your healthy eating to stop food boredom is the last article
We spoke all about this on the energy bits last night. On the
Right.
Twitter chat.
by Melanie Bolin. And she says she hears, as a fitness instructor, eating healthy is so boring because most people fall back onto frozen vegetables and chicken, and that's gross. And it also loses its...
We should take a video of how I eat sometimes when I'm eating something I hate. Because I literally sit there and I'm just like,
Yeah.
making
always
the
fun.
grossest
Yeah,
face.
yeah, 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 like
And
a
I'm
baby.
Can I not? Can this just be done? Or I'll take like a handful of spinach and literally shove the whole thing in my mouth. Just so I can. I like spinach, but the raw spinach sometimes in the
I don't know
morning.
how you don't like raw spinach. I love raw
It's okay,
spinach.
but it's better than lettuce. But a whole handful, and I'm just like, just so I can be done with it.
I know, it's hysterical. So her tips are buy fresh because the food just has more, it's more satisfying. The taste is better. It doesn't lose all its taste because the frozen, it just don't stay as well. And yes, we get that buying fresh fruits and vegetables, you do have to eat them in a certain period of time, but they just taste better for you and they just are better for you. And you're shopping in season. So she's an avid Whole Foods shopper and farmers market shopper in the summertime. Go for things that are in season. They're going to taste better. They're going to probably be more organic because they're not trying to be, spruced up and in the stores for God knows whatever reason, just to sell it.
Right.
Also, spice it up. She goes to the Spice House in Chicago. Spices are really important. Listen, they have no calories in them. They can make or break a dish. If you don't spice it up, I know this for sure. Michelle knows how to season perfectly.
Oh my goodness!
I always under season, and
that
Michelle always
what is that one spice
seasons.
that our friend Nicole has?
I keep forgetting.
So it has no salt in it. So it's important that you find a blend without salt. We spoke about this in the chat last night as well. We were making a frittata after our run one morning, and I turned around and noticed that she had a basil plant, and we got all these great fresh vegetables and, turkey, and she's got these great spices. So I was like, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and it was like a perfect Italian frittata. So it's really important.
It's
because
delicious.
It would have been so plain with just the spinach, tomato, turkey, and egg whites,
and onion.
but once we threw in the basil and some spices, it totally evolved.
It definitely can change a dish completely. And then also sauce it up, dress it up, spread it up. Go to your natural aisle, organic aisle. Look for some sauces that don't have sugar, that are natural. They're going to be better for you. Even stuff that you make, you have to be careful. So make sure you read the labels. But it's important. Marinate. Use it. After as a dip, things like that for your meal. It's important to just add a little extra flavor, and then it's not going to be so boring.
I mean, nobody would believe the pumpkin spice tea that we have. It's better than a pumpkin spice latte from Starbucks because it's 100%. So good for you. It has all
and it's natural. It's not packed with crap.
Absolutely. So, and we put cinnamon in everything as well.
Yeah, and she also says give feta a try. Love feta. Makes everything better.
I miss feta.
Feta makes everything better. And plan a menu. There you have it. We say it all the time.
Absolutely.
Know what you're going to cook. Buy what you need at the store, and don't, no excuses.
Definitely. And then if you don't have the time to kind of pre-plan, like Jonathan had said last night, get your go-to items. He said sweet potatoes, a little, I don't remember, did he say quinoa? Just standard vegetables, a few meats. I think he had said salmon burgers. The few things that that are quick and easy to make that'll be your go-to. Get those if you don't have time, and then you can just throw them on the stove when you get home.
Yep, definitely. So as always, feel free to contact us for additional information on any of the info we spoke about tonight. All links and whatnot will be posted on the box soon.
Tabata of the week is just a classic varied Tabata. So if you've never done a Tabata before, it's a quick 4-minute routine that you can add to any workout. You can use the timer countdown on your phone, or you can use the Tabata Pro timer app. You're going to do 20 seconds of jump squats with a 10-second break, 20 seconds of mountain climbers with a 10-second break, 20 seconds of jumping jacks with a 10-second break, and 20 seconds of bicycle crunches with a 10-second break. And then you're going to repeat all of that for a total of 4 minutes. And that is a classic Tabata and a classic.
Very nice.
No two exercises the same.
Nope. So. I like that.
So yeah, keep it exciting, guys. Keep it varied. Let us know if you have any questions, and you'll definitely see results if you take some of these tips and just remember the importance.
Incorporate.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for tuning in for our show this week. As always, a huge thank you to Skinny Man and 3-1 for their help with the production of our show. Join us for our show next Wednesday, October 29th. We might have a guest. We're waiting to hear.
Cool.
So yeah, either way, we'll be here. For episode 48. We're inching closer to 50.
Yes, we are.
And remember,
choose, commit, challenge, and change.
Thanks, guys. Have a great night.